it's October 1st. That's the first day in the month of October. And you know, a lot of Nigerians have been talking about this day. After the protests in August, we have been looking forward to, all right? A lot of Nigerians have been looking forward to today because they have decided to take to the streets. Let's find out what's going on. Yesterday, we had reports that the Assistant Inspector General Police Zone 7, AIG Benneth Igweh, announced that no protests or processions will be allowed in Abuja, as intelligence reports suggest some groups are planning unauthorized demonstrations in the Federal Capital Territory. Speaking ahead of Nigeria's Independence Day, Igwe warned that any group, including the proscribed Islamic movement of Nigeria, attempting to stage protests will face the consequences. You heard that, any group at all. He emphasized that no application for a protest had been received by the police and only lawful assemblies will be permitted. Igwe stated that protests are allowed if they comply with the law, but for those acting outside legal bounds, they will face the enforcement of the law. Okay, they said no application was received for a protest, and so no protest will be allowed in the FCT. I'd like to bring you in on this one first. Frank.
I want to say without mincing words, it is not acceptable anywhere in the world for somebody who's suffering to apply before we protest. No. Anybody who does that, you are also trying to hoodwink the people. You are also trying to suppress the people. See, one thing is very clear. We know that some people can break the law.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that everybody will break the law. Protest is a normal way of expressing one feeling, whether positive or negative, against what is happening in the land. So telling me that they have not received any application. Application for what? Nigerians have been writing application for job without even having reply. Sorry, are you aware that you can, if you, in a civil society, whether you be employed or not, if you apply, they can also reply you that maybe by virtue of social thing, you didn't meet up the condition. Yes, that's what is obtainable in a civil way, because you have asked people to apply. And by virtue of being able to apply, what do? You assess their works or the applications. And if not found worthy, you give right reasons why he's not employed. So telling Nigerians that they have not received any application to protest, therefore nobody should protest, is alien to democracy, is alien to civil rule. This is a product of tyranny that I have to apply, so that you will not look at mine and say my application is not granted. No. You know, like I am hungry. Somebody who is hungry, what does he need? He needs food. If you are asking me to apply before I eat food, it means something is wrong. The stomach of a man does not need application. The moment somebody is hungry, the next thing he needs is food. So what the AIG, whatever I said, is out of place. In a way, it's a strategy to intimidate Nigerians. It's a strategy to detect, even when they know that what is happening is obvious.
But they are supposed to secure the people.
We secure. Let me tell you,
that's the responsibility of the security agencies.
Yes.
And so that will be on ground during the protest.
They don't need. So let also know it. Even in civil society, there was protest in UK about a month ago. If the protest turns violent, what do? You come out. But let me tell you, the protesters or the organizers of the protests, they have also issued press statement over a month ago that on this first day of our Independence Day, which is 1st of October, which is sacrosanct, that they will protest in Nigeria about hardship that is ongoing. Because up to today, I listened to Mr. President some minutes ago. As passionate as he was, we still need things that will speak for themselves. But as it is always those in government who are beating the drums of their victory. The victory song should be for the people. You are telling me now you are giving 60-something, 62 or 65 a vehicle, these so-called CMG buses. What will 65 do?
64.
64. What can it solve?
It's for a start.
Free start. But Nigerians, so, see, let me tell you for free. Nigerians are good people. And our leaders know what we want. And they can solve the problems. They can solve it. But leadership is about solving problems, not by enriching themselves.
What you just made reference to the president's speech, and it doesn't in any way imply that the problems will not be, or the president doesn't want to solve the problem.
No, he wants to solve the problem. Let me say that.
Okay.
But the speed, and when we look at what they say, like this is a president who have come to inherit, according to him, to inherit a kind of hardship, to inherit poor governance, to inherit poverty. So what do? You would think well.
All right.
To be able to solve the problem for the people.
I would have to pause you there so that we can bring Dandy into the conversation. I know he's so eager to, impute one or two in this one. Please, your thoughts.
Okay. It's out of place for the AIG or whosoever to say nobody will protest. We know it's not lawful. In fact, you can't stop it, especially because everybody have the right to protest. So, but I also know the AIG or whosoever have the right to say it's unlawful for anybody to carry out violent protests. So I agree with him on that. So, but for anyone to just come up and decide that the protest will not hold, it doesn't really cover it. But what are they protesting for? If you want to protest, why choose today? And if you're choosing today as a day of protest, specify why you're protesting. And then let Nigerians understand that it's because of hunger, it's because of this and all that. Then if the AIG is saying you must not protest, let us also know, is it because there will be a celebration around Lagos Square? And then citing what had happened during the era of President Goodluck Jonathan, where on this day, there was a bomb blast. So is it what the AIG is trying to prevent? So if the AIG can list out some of these things, I would then agree with the AIG that you have a point. If you say the FCT, he was specific, he said yes, the FCT. So he didn't say the entire state. So if the protesters are also saying, no, it's not going to be as at what happened with the Henry Oka issue and all that. How can the
protesters really say?
No, because
they have stated that it's going to be a peaceful protest. Okay. And that's exactly what they also said in August, right? That was the plan. That's the initial plan. But sometimes when these miscreants take over the protest, you cannot really tell. Sometimes people usually say that they're not even part of the protesters. They're just people who have taken advantage of what is going on to strike.
If the AIG have expressed his fear towards the protest, it's left to the protesters to say, your fear is out of place. These are the plans and this is what we want to do. So don't even come up with such fear. I know very well that if the protesters are serious, and the police also may have intelligence, they may also know that within the protesters, somebody can also come up to say this thing is not about protest. Some persons wants to carry out some unlawful acts. And then the police could also come out to express their fear.
But is it not expected? We've had this over and over and over again. We've had Nigerians come out in mass to protest. We have seen the way it's turned out.
It can't be expected.
So it's not expected that some people might want to take advantage of the day, the protest?
If you expect it, you can't generalize it. Even the last protest, everywhere, we didn't experience violence everywhere.
But we experienced violence in some places.
And the police were there to guide the people.
That's what I'm saying.
So they can also say, at this point, this was what happened.
So instead of saying, do not protest and no protest should hold at all, don't you think that could have been a better way? Like making sure that the men are on ground to protect and, to safeguard
that is why from the beginning I said the police do not have rights to say you don't protest, but they also have right to say don't carry out unlawful acts in the name of protest. So you can stop people from protesting, but you can now use your professionalism to safeguard what is going on as protests, to make sure it's not being hijacked.
There have been talks about the last protest as the previous protest in August, and I've heard a lot of people say that after the protest, what happened? In fact, people have channeled. Some people feel like it was because of the protest that we had an increase in fuel price after the protest. So, how do you see these protests turning out? How do you see the result from your own analysis?
It's a pity that in Nigeria, before you even want to do something, we are given a result, which is not a good thing, and that's why we are not developing. Sorry, you're like, at least Mr. President, he has already achieved everything. That is what we have seen. You've not achieved something, but we are singing glorious songs. How we are just mere statement. Sorry, I am a fan of Donald Trump, the president candidate of Republican America. There was something he said. A leader's statement is a law that must be obeyed to the letter. He said, when I come on board, I will build a wall between Mexico and America. The question is, did he do it? Did he start it? To my informed mind, it is yes. So when people say, this one will not give any good result, how the person is saying it, did he participate in it? Our leaders know how to divide us.
So you feel like the previous protest had positive results?
For me, yes.
What
also
can you point out?
President reacted on it. You know about it, whether you like it or not.
A lot of Nigerians felt like that was not enough.
Yes, I agree with you, but in a way, they have sent a signal.
Did he really mention the protest the last time?
Whether he mentioned or not, it was the protest that was carried out that triggered a sudden second nation broadcast.
Okay.
So what I would like is, you see, also the populists, the so-called masses are the ones also are giving our political leaders the effort to do what they are doing.
How do you mean?
Let me tell you for free. Bible says a city divided against itself cannot stand. We are having a common problem, hunger in the land, inflation in the land. Sorry, for me to reach here, I paid thousands of naira. Not in dollars.
And it's usually not that way.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Sorry. To take a flight from Port Harcourt to Abuja now, it's almost going to 200,000 naira. Can you pay in dollar? Even in the state of California to New York, $5,000 in airplane? The answer is no. They have made our money like paper that we are begging for answers.
I'm still waiting for the results that you see.
The result, listen, I said first of all, it was the result also that made them to talk with Dangote. Let me tell you for free. But if you observe before the protest, the issue of Dangote not even refining, issue of using dollar to buy crude. I'm not looking for Dangote. He's a businessman. Okay. These are trying to make Nigeria feel that nothing will work in this country. Make them to say, look, we will do it. Even the issue of buses today, even the issue of minimum wage today.
Right.
And they are also begging us that, oh look, we'll improve on the standard of living. It's a signal to tell the world that the power to rule is in the hands of the people. And when people are united, what is happening in this country that most Nigerians are not united. Today as I was coming here, like we discussed the issuance of a threat. It's a threat to protesters not to come out. As I was coming here, people are on the road now as I'm talking with you. I saw crowd. Even I mentioned at this pleasure park in Port Harcourt. People are gathering now to make sure the protest, because you use a day that is so sacrosanct.
Yeah, but Dandy, talking about the day, Dandy mentioned why October 1.
Why October?
I think there's a problem with that particular.
No, the October 1. Okay, you know, like you said.
Let me just get to hear him.
Okay.
I think they just want to send a strong signal. I think that's the target. Maybe probably the protesters are feeling that the last protest didn't yield the desired result. So let's use this day that is supposed to be a celebration. Do you think there's a
problem with that, with the day that has been chosen?
If that is like with the protesters to say that this is the day we want to send signal.
Because
but my challenge earlier, with that
day,
my challenge is that with that day is that on what happened previous administration under Goodluck Jonathan, where on this day at Abuja, a bomb blast took place. So I think we shouldn't let such scenario to repeat itself.
Is it the bomb blast at the UN headquarters? That was not issue of protest on protest day. It's not about protest that did that.
It was on independence.
But not on protest.
Not on protest.
Not on protest.
What I'm saying is that for us to preempt such situation in a gathering, you can't even tell if such incident could occur again. So we just
let's let
me say something on this. Yes. Any. As of 20 years ago, when I was younger than this age, you don't tell Nigerians to wear green, white, green.
They just come out.
People on their own spend their money.
Fuck, well, we're wearing green, white, green.
No. I don't say anything negative.
I didn't tell Daddy to.
I mean, go to the streets. Go to the streets.
I understand what you're saying.
See, we buy flag. Even in my house.
But we'll talk about.
I put it on my television. Nigerian flag.
We'll talk so much about the.
I don't make money from it.
Let's look at.